What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done. Got stuff to do, people to see. Of course, you know I gotta do that investment in myself today as well. But I'm not gonna waste too much time. We're gonna get right into what's going on. These relationship coaches, these relationship gurus. You got people that have never been in a healthy relationship in their lives, now being the ones that are most influential when it comes to talking about what constitutes a healthy relationship. We had, or we still have, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and this is no shade at her, but some things came out about her. They weren't. I'm not gonna dig into them. You know, but some things came out about her to where it's like, you get up here and you speak so confidently about what people should and should not be doing to heal, what people should and should not be doing to foster a healthy relationship, and the type of relationship that people are looking for, you not even living that lifestyle. So how are you a guru on this and you're not doing it yourselves? It's like taking financial advice from somebody that's broke. They're not getting the results that you want. So why in the world would you take financial advice from them? Why would you let somebody, because we oftentimes see people say this about athletes and actors. They should have been spending their money this way. They should have been spending their money that way. They shouldn't have been doing this. They should have been doing that instead. And it's like, man, you've never touched anywhere near close to the money that they have. So how would you know? You got all the answers, but you broke. So the same thing here applies to relationships. We got the whole tonight's conversation thing. Now, I didn't really know about them until recently. I would see some of the viral clips. They would be out there circulating, and eventually somebody would send me one, or like if I was on YouTube, some of the shorts would get recommended to me. So I became aware of them last year, the later part of last year. And it looked like they had a pretty good setup going. I heard that the guy who runs it, I think Ace Metaphor, he seemed like he had a very well organized thing going. He would fly people in, they would tape a bunch of episodes, and he paid them, they go home. It seemed really efficient. But now we're learning outside of that, things aren't so great. A lot of people, if not everybody, is leaving it for one reason or another. Some people aren't talking about it, some people are. Some people sign NDAs, so they can't talk about it. Some are talking about it but being messy. We're going to kind of stay away from the messy stuff and just focus on just, the facts here. You got a guy who's leading the thing who he's been called out and exposed as being a panderer, just kind of telling sisters what they want to hear. And we've seen that happen before, and we've seen it be very effective. Just to name one in particular, Derek Jackson, we all know him. He was very effective at pandering to black women. The dude, dark skinned, 6'5", jacked, and saying all of the right stuff, all of the stuff that they want to hear. It's never your fault, it's always his fault. They ate it up with a spoon. Then he got revealed as being a serial cheater on his wife. Now sisters don't really mess with him like that. He still got some diehards that's gonna mess with him regardless. I think everybody has some of those, a handful of people that no matter what, they gonna just be ride or die. But he doesn't have the mass appeal that he once had, because now sisters feel duped. So in the case of tonight's conversation, man, listen, dude was supposedly hitting all of the chicks that came through there, and if not all of them, close to it. Now, this wouldn't be an issue because he's not in a relationship, to my understanding. He might have like some baby mamas or something like that. But he's not in a relationship. He's not married. So it's like, whatever. You know, he can do whatever he wants. I don't really care about that. But these different women on there, many of them will be in relationships and even married. So what's up with that? Now, he's just as culpable as they are, because they stepping out on a significant other, and he's fully aware of the fact that they got a significant other and he's pursuing it. So he's not innocent here. But man, this just goes to show you, these people who you guys look to for relationship advice, your gurus, your coaches, they're not living the lives that they're trying to portray online. I mean, it just is what it is. A lot of these folks, you don't know them, you never will know them. You know an image that they have cultivated for online that they believe you will like. You oftentimes will never know what these folks are like in real life. And that's why when this comes out like this, it's so sensational, because you got a bunch of women that are like, I can't believe he was really like this. He's really no different than all that. Well, no shit. Stop expecting a man to be anything different than a man. You fail yourself by continuously listening to these panderers. If there's somebody that is always saying the things you want to hear, that's a red flag. They own some BS. Because none of us are perfect, and we're fully aware of the fact that none of us are perfect. So if none of us are perfect, and they never have anything critical to say to you, how do you not see you being fleeced? I mean, only someone that is playing you is gonna always have praise and never anything critical to say. It's impossible for you to be above any sort of criticism. Like everything they just agree with, everything they think you're in the right. That's impossible. So you're being fleeced. And this is how sisters fall for the grift time and time and time and time and time again. It's a guy, you ladies tend to think he's handsome, well-spoken, and so you just eat up whatever it is he says, especially when he's dishing out the no accountability stuff that ladies tend to like to hear. But in doing so, the trade-off is when he gets exposed as being just like the last guy who fleeced you, you upset, you feel betrayed. So I say, listen, take this stuff as entertainment and only entertainment. Stop taking the stuff that these people say seriously. These people, they're oftentimes not living the lives that you believe. You don't know what goes on in these people's private lives. You don't know what their struggles are. You just know them through clips on the internet, which is usually not accurate of who they really are, because most people aren't putting themselves out there like that. People are critical of Andrew Tate, and you know, I have my gripes with him as well. But one thing I can say is that no one will be mad about him having a harem of women, because he's already made it known that that's what he does. He has a bunch of women. He used to use women for the cam girl stuff and whatnot. So there's no exposing him when it comes to that. If you're one of these panderers, you can't never be your true self, because you constantly have to keep up this pretend version that you've sold to everybody. So if it were to come out that they're moving like Andrew Tate, there's a problem. They get canceled. So stop buying into these panderers. They're not being honest with you. They're not showing you their true selves. I would say the panderers need to stop, but they never will, because it's been proven to be too lucrative. And the only time this is going to stop being lucrative is if people stop falling for the grift in the first place. So I'm going to leave it there, y'all. I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to holler at y'all soon. Peace.